Hey, what's up, guys? Ronin here. I'm out in the beautiful field in Boston. So beautiful. Just all flowers. And it just made me think of the moment, you know. I'm listening to quite a good book, actually, about being in the moment. And when I was walking through this field, I thought, my gosh, this is gorgeous, man. And why, why do people, like, have difficult lives, right? Why is life so difficult for so many people? I think it's because, I mean, if you look at this field where I am right now, it's like one of the most beautiful places around, right? But there's nobody here. Nobody else is here. Where is everybody? Everybody's running around, probably, making money so they can buy something or whatever, or maintain something that they have. And I just think that there are a lot of people are on the wrong track when it comes to happiness. Because really, happiness is pretty simple. I don't mean it's like simple like... it's simple in the sense that life is good, right? So it's just a matter of just like slowing down and just noticing stuff. Just breathing it in. And I mean like not just stuff, but people. Like looking at a person, you want to have a good friend, you want to have a good relationship, you fucking just notice the people. Take some time out of your schedule just to sit there with no movie, nothing to do, just to look at each other, to talk to each other. And not to plan a new business or something like that. Just to kind of be there, Maybe like we were back in the caveman days or something. Out of this area here, like I say, it's just amazing, because it really is beautiful here. All around here is gorgeous. The water's gorgeous, the flowers, the plants, the trees are freaking amazing. Huge trees around here. And just, sometimes people will ask me, what do you do? Like, are you into this music? Are you into this kind of movies? Or what do you, and I don't really know how to answer these people because I just enjoy walking around and looking at stuff, just checking stuff out. Like, I think that the world itself is the most interesting thing there is. And it's super easy to miss it. Like, I don't know why people run around so much and miss the world. To me, honestly, I can't really understand it, why you would do that, because it's not as good, Like, what is here, like the real world, is so much better than some kind of fake thing, like some movie or, some story someone wrote, about something, Like, I just think, I don't know, man. It's like, it's weird, I just gotta say it's weird, And there's a lot of smart guys on this channel, So I just wanted to throw that out there, that it's not a new agey thing, it's not a man thing, it's not a feminine thing. If anything, men that invent things spend a lot of time looking at stuff. Like, if you look at Mendel, who discovered genetics, he basically just looked at flowers and then planted flowers. He looked at the colors and he realized that if you have like one red and one white, and you mix them together, there's a certain percentage of the flowers that end up being, an offspring of a certain genetic plant, right? And then that's how we basically started the study of genes and understanding what it is. What are we made of? How does it work? And genetic testing is a good fucking topic for MGTOWs. Checking the old baby out. I posted the other day, 30% of American babies are not even their fathers, So old Mendel figured that out just looking at some flowers, A lot of scientific discoveries came from just looking at things. Just looking and thinking, Like all the different shapes of the leaves here, different shapes of the flowers, the colors. Like, why is the color a certain way? What is it doing? Like, how has it evolved to be like this? What's the purpose of that? I really enjoy watching Richard Dawkins' books and Richard Feynman, because they get into so deep into not so much just the beauty, but the behind the beauty and what the things mean, like why it has a certain thing, like what is the purpose of this yellow color, and what is the purpose of the shape, and what's the purpose of the ants that have the his example of the ant that has the ant keeps, actually Daniel Dennett does this, but there's an ant, and what he does is he basically commits suicide, and they couldn't figure it out. They're like, why would an ant commit suicide? So what he does is he goes down the ground, and then he climbs up to the top of the grass, and then he gets eaten by a cow. And what they found out was that inside those ants that did that, they were essentially just robots, because there's a meme. There's a what do you call it? Like a parasite that gets into their brains, and that parasite grows in the belly of a cow. So the parasite's trying to get into the cow, so the parasite gets into the ant, and then he gets the ant to climb to the top, and then the cow comes by and eats it, you know? That's fucking interesting stuff to me, you know? That's that's much more interesting than some kind of TV show or something, you know? Because then I start thinking about how shit works, you know? How all this stuff works, and how it grows, and what's inside of it. And then I think, I wonder what, like how the liquid gets up there, you know? Is it suction, or what does it do to get the liquid up to the top there, you know? So you got the colors, you got the liquid, you got the nutrients, and then you have the way it collects sunshine, right? This is you know, purpose is to be flat, right? So you get the sun gets on there, and a nice thin leaf, you know, collecting sunshine. That's the main job. It's like a solar panel. It's like a natural solar panel, right? I'm sure some of you guys are botanists, and you guys can do a much better job of this video, but for me, I don't have to be an expert on everything to really enjoy it, to really, you know, to really get into it, you know, to think about stuff. And you know, if you just look around, like go to the water and just sit there for like 20 minutes, just look at the same place, and you'll start to see stuff. It takes time, you know. Like when I eat my simple food, people often say, like, what flavors do you have on your food, right? They're like, you don't have any flavors on your food. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I've been eating vegetables without any flavors for so long that I can taste the vegetables. So they taste great to me. I can taste the difference between all these different vegetables. Whereas most people, they need like some kind of flavor on there to get something going, you know, to get some excitement. You know, they need to have something on there, some sugar, you know. I do love hot sauce, but besides that, like so many things, I don't need any flavor on it, because my taste buds are so sensitive, because I just sit there and taste things. I don't overwhelm them with fake flavors. I'll just wait. If something doesn't have a good taste, I'll just eat it for long enough, and eventually I'll start to taste it. You know, I'll know the difference between different varieties of potatoes and things like that. And same with looking at the ocean or plants or something. You know, to me, this is a great use of time. And if one thing I really love about the Japanese is they might have like a big city, and then there'll be one little shrine, like, you know, and then the Japanese have this amazing ability to not notice what they don't want to notice, because it's so crowded in that country. So they just kind of they only notice what they not want to notice. So there could be one little shrine, and it's a beautiful little shrine, and then like all these ugly wires and telephone wires, and then the Japanese don't notice that. They just sit there and look at the beauty. They look at the thing, you know. And I think Japan is what caused me to kind of be like this with plants. Like the Japanese, they always go and look at plants. Every season, if you live in Japan, there's always a season. They're like, you know, it's the Yaezakura, whatever it is, it's you know, blooming that season, and the Japanese get all excited about it. Even the Yakuza use a flower as their symbol, and it's a manly thing to look at flowers in Japan. It's not a woman thing; it's a man thing. Look at flowers, you know. And I always thought that was very, very cool. I like the Japanese idea of masculine. I really like the Japanese masculine idea. I think it's very cool. It's a lot older than our idea. Our macho idea is just like, to me, it's okay. I mean, but it's just very, to me, it's just very handicapped. It doesn't begin to capture the beauty of man, you know, the subtlety of a man, you know, and the things we appreciate and the things we see, you know, and appreciating beauty and noticing things is definitely a manly thing, if you ask me. And most women don't even bother. You know, they like flowers, but they don't really look at them, you know? They don't really like get in there and like, I can just stare at this stuff for hours. Like I could even sleep in this grass here and then just look at it from below and just kind of stare at it for a while. And I'll start to see more. Like if I sit here for 3 days, which I won't, but if I do, I'll see more. I'll see a lot more. I'll come out of this field with like a big understanding of what's going on here. Like what little animals are here, you know, the time of day, like different things happen here in the day. I'm sure early morning, I'm sure there's different, I saw bees here earlier, but now that there's a lot of wind, there's more wind now, so there's less bees. There was a lot of bees here a few minutes ago, or like maybe an hour ago. And so, you know, it changes, right? I'd like to sit here and then just kind of watch, not just what's going on at the moment, but like maybe over time, what goes on in this little field, you know? And it's like an oasis, you know? I think a lot of people think that there's no more beauty, like man has destroyed everything. I don't understand how people can be so stupid, because there's so much beauty. It's just right here, you know, it's just that people don't see it. They see a building and they don't see this, you know? They're like, oh, there's nothing left. You know, it's all gone. It's like, meanwhile, there's tons of places like this, but they never bother going. All these guys that talk about, you know, nature, they never go. You know, it's like, they just, I don't know what's going on in their mind. They're so lost. You know, I think you don't want to be lost. You know, and if my friends can't appreciate the world and things, I mean, that's cool. You know, but I can't really spend that much time with them if people don't see stuff, you know, because I know if they can't see like a flower, I know there's no way they're going to see me. You know, there's no way they're going to notice me. No way. There's no way. Somebody who doesn't take the time to look at stuff, how are they going to notice another person, right? There's no way. Or they're using some stimulant that they, you know, clouds up their vision, you know, maybe a drug or something, or, you know, some depression pills or something, you know. The best anti-depression is to get in touch with yourself, and to get in touch with life, and to stop believing stupid things. And a lot of depression just disappears, because a lot of the reason why we get all negative is because we don't see any purpose of things. And then you realize when you get into nature, there is no purpose. It's just like the beauty of the things that are here. Like, why is the plant here? Why is the earth here? Nobody knows that, but you know that the plant is here, and it's damn interesting to get into it. You know, it's almost like it's a wormhole. You can go as far as you want in, is understanding the world. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. That's because there is nothing else here. You know, this is it. This is what we got, man. Till I die, I'll be here on Earth, and there'll be shit like this, you know. This is what I got to work with. This is what I got. So I'm going to enjoy it, you know. I'm going to enjoy it. I don't know, do you guys know what that plant is there, that spiky one? I don't know what that one's called. This one here, actually. What is that one called? I remember when I was a kid, I used to get those things stuck in me, because it's got see the spikes there? It's got the spikes. I don't know how many times I crashed my bicycle or skateboard and ended up going through a bunch of those things, having those things in my hair, you know. When I was a kid, I used to spend a lot of time in the flowers. We used to run through the flowers. In California, they have these things called mustard plants, and we would run in the mustard plants. And then when I read the book Catcher in the Rye, it reminded me of the mustard plants when I was growing up. All right, well, that's all I can think of right now. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. And, you know, if you ever feel down or you feel like you just kind of like things are getting boring, start noticing stuff. Just sit there and start noticing stuff. It's the best possible use of a few minutes, you know. And if you're in a bank or something, you know, just look at people. You know, when they're not looking at you, just kind of look at them. You know, just kind of check them out. Notice people. Notice things. It's amazing how that, you know, the simplicity and the beauty of life. What you can gain from it, but also just how interesting it is, you know. I think most people, they don't notice shit anymore, you know. It's sad, you know, because this is amazing stuff to notice. I was walking for a long time before I found this, by the way. It was nice. I walked along the beach, you know, but I didn't see the kind of blooming and the summer bloom here in Boston. It's gorgeous. I'm loving it here. Yeah, we're gonna go camping this weekend. It's gonna be fucking awesome. All right, guys, take it easy. Talk to you soon.